Okay, hello everybody and welcome to another week, and of course welcome to all of our new members. I'm so pleased that you're here. Look, if we haven't met yet, my name is Dr. Brooklyn Storme. I created this group just for counselors, not psychologists, not social workers, not like the other groups, just for us, so that we have a space to talk through the issues that are relevant to us without worrying about all the drama. So this is a really safe space where we can unpack counselling industry specific issues. One of the things that happens in this group that I love doing is having these little bite-sized trainings every Monday. So I try and keep them to under 5 minutes. This month is all about business mindset, and we're looking at numbers. So if you have a look at last Monday's training, you will see that what we focused on there was looking at how we track things like inquiries and referrals and conversions. Today, what I want to talk with you about is how you calculate your average session fee. And this is really important, because although we love helping people, although many of us are in that, I talk about the yin and yang energy, or the black and white, or the masculine and the feminine energy. Many of us are in that feminine energy, which archetypally has been described as being nurturing, building those relationships, healing, helping, being in service. Although so many of us have those values and we're driven by those, sometimes we forget that we also need that healthy balance there of the other energy, and that looks like making sure that we've got the structures in place, that we're turning over profit, that we're paying ourselves, and not just paying ourselves randomly. We want to be able to pay ourselves the same amount of money at a minimum every week or every fortnight. We want to be putting away superannuation, and we want to be putting away money for other things like our tax. Now, I want to preface this meeting today by saying I'm not obviously an accountant, and these are definitely issues that you do want to raise with them. When I first started in private practice, I spent the money since I got it, when I would get scrolling to try and scrounge up the money to pay it. I didn't pay myself super for the longest time. It wasn't until someone taught me about all of this. So that's why I'm sharing it with you. But it's not what we're talking about today. What we're talking about today is understanding what your average session rate is, because when you know this number, it's going to help you plan for the business. And that means plan for things that you want to invest in, like a update of your website, a revamp of your branding, paying for professional development, paying for coaching with someone like me, investing in your supervision, whatever it is. The reality is, if we're not managing our business mindset, we're just going to have a very expensive hobby that is fulfilling but doesn't pay the bills. So what I want to do is share with you a handout that I put together. Where are we? Is this it? Here it is here. Just very simple. This is so simple. And look, it can be a lot more complicated than this, but I just wanted to keep it as simple and basic as I can, right? So I will upload this PDF in our file section of the group. So to calculate your average session fee, okay, it's a measure that all practices, even if it's only you, even if you're a sole trader, it's very important that you track this and that you track it for a period of time. So perhaps if you like, you could track it week to week for a few weeks. What can be more helpful though is tracking it for 1 month, or calculating it at 3 or 6 months, just because you'll have more data there than if you do it for a week. But all you need to know is you need 2 figures so that you can work this out. The first figure is you need to know how much money you received in that time period. So if you're doing it for a quarter and you're using Halaxy, for example, you can just jump into Halaxy and you can run a report to see how much money you received between, say, the 1st of July and the 1st of July, August, September, and the 1st of October, right? you could jump in and run a report, or you can run a report on Xero, or you can jump into your business bank account and you can just look at your e-statements there. You'll be able to add up the incoming money. That's the first thing. The other thing that you need to know is the number of sessions that you had, okay? The number of sessions that you had that were attended. Unless you're charging 100% cancellation or no-show fees. So have a look at the number that attended and paid. And all we're going to do is divide one by the other. So it's so simple. I've put an example down here for you. So let's, for example, say that in 1 month, you earned $5,000 in your private practice, and that money was a result of 20 sessions, right, that clients attended. So all you're going to do is just say $5,000, that's your income, divided by the number of sessions. That means your average session fee was $250, okay? That's all you're doing. You can take this further, and we can absolutely talk about that in another video if that's something that you're interested in. The other reason that this is very, very helpful is because it takes into account the different types of work that you are doing. So some of you I know are doing EAP and private counselling and victims of crime or other things, right? And so this takes into account all of that, and you'll be able to see what your average session fee is. Now, this is going to be good news for you because you can start to play around with the figures and see what a gentle tweak or a gentle change here and there can do to shifting that hourly rate for you. It also gives you peace of mind when it comes to negotiating contracts with third-party vendors, because you can go to them knowing your average session rate is X. So say in this example here, my average session rate is $250. So if somebody's going to offer me a contract and they're only going to pay me $150, well, it's probably not going to be worth my time to do that. So I can walk away from that, yeah. Or it gives me some leveraging power because I know what my rate is. If you don't know what it is, you can't leverage and you can't bargain and you can't negotiate with another business in that business-to-business relationship that you're setting up. Okay, so this is why it's really important that you know how to do it. As I said, I've given you a really basic formula here. You could figure out your average session rate today, actually. All you need to do is just go back over the last 3 months, if you like, add up all the money that came in, divide it by the total number of sessions you had, and there you go. All right, so I hope that this helps. I am going to finish and leave it there now. I have some admin work to do this afternoon, but right now I'm going to go and get a bite to eat. So I hope this was really helpful. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to let me know. And again, welcome to everybody. I'm so, so, so pleased that you're here, and I hope you love our community as much as we do. Bye.